Hello guys, welcome to a new video. Today we're going to talk about blighted maps and how to get into blighted maps and when to anoint it with certain different oils and what are the difference between the different oils. So first off, we're going to talk about the different types of oils that you can have on here and why they're different and when to use them. So first off, we're going to talk about clear oils. If we anoint a blighted map with 3 clear oils, we're reducing the monster speed by 30%. We'll talk about why that's important in just a second, but basically they're going to come at you slower, okay? Gives you more time to deal more damage. Let's talk about teal oils. So teal oils, each teal oil is going to grant you 2 blighted lucky chests. Lucky chests are ones that do like scarabs, incubators, maps, and gem levels. All the good chests that you really want to get. So you have that 6 of them are going to be guaranteed to be in that lucky category. Crimson is going to give us 1 extra one per oil, so we'll actually have 9 chests that are lucky. Is it going to give you more currency? Yes, but you got to remember that crimsons are going to be about 5 times more expensive than a teal oil, just because of where they sit up in the lineup. So is it worth to run crimsons at the beginning of the league? Probably not. Your best choice is either going to be teal or clears. So when do you use teal versus when you use clear oils? If you can do the map really easily, you're going to use teals. If you can't and it's too hard, you're going to use clear oils. We're going to show you why clear oils are so important at the beginning of league. Yeah, you're not getting the lucky chests, but you are slowing down the monster pack by 30%. Now, we want to do very little damage to monsters, right? Ourselves. We want the meteor towers or any other towers to destroy all the monster packs by themselves. All right, so how do we get the meteor towers to deal all the damage for us so we don't have to do anything? That's where the clear oils come into play. So clear oils are going to slow down that monster pack just enough that when your meteor tower goes up, when it comes back down, it's going to hit the front of the monster pack. That is going to make a big difference in your damage, because if you do teal oils, by the time that meteor tower actually shoots its meteor up and it lands, it's going to land behind the front of the pack. So you're going to lose a lot of damage because it's going to keep trying to hit that front of the pack, and it's going to keep going right behind it most of the time. Occasionally it'll hit the front of the pack, but most of the time it's going to hit just behind it, and it's going to continuously target that front pack monster, and it's going to miss. So those monsters and all that damage that could be cast on other monsters in the area are now being focused on that one monster that made it through, and it's going to miss it, and you're going to lose on a lot of damage. So that's why we do 3 clear oils at the beginning of league. It slows down the monster pack. Our meteor towers are going to go up, come back down, and hit right on the front of the monster pack, destroying the front monster packs, and then focusing on another target that is close by, instead of trying to focus on one target and trying to hit it. So that's why we would anoint it with clear oils. So we're going to anoint this with clear oils, and now we're going to show you how to set up your map. Now, when you activate your blight map, it's going to bring you into an area. It's really important to look at the area that you're going to be going into. Meteor towers are not very good at inside, like temple areas, are not going to be the best. Now, if you find an area, kind of like this, while there's this kind of 2 choke points that kind of merge together in 2 different areas, that's really good for you. That means you don't need to have as many towers, right? Because you're, instead of a circle all the way around you, you're only on 2 areas. So when you create your map, you're going to look at your bosses here. If you have a lot of flame bosses, it's going to be a little bit harder because meteor towers are not going to deal any damage to those monsters. So what we're going to do here is we are going to look and see if there are any towers that are close by. Unfortunately, there's not really anything close by. Now, here's the thing with towers. If you build a tower way out here, you can't see your pump. If you cannot see your pump, it's not going to launch off. It only launches if it's within your sight. So if you look at my mini map here, you can actually see the trails of the monsters. So we need to stay within 1 screen of our pump. If we can see our pump, then the meteor tower is going to go off. We don't want to be quite that far out. We want to try to stay as close to the pump as possible with our towers, because we want the towers to launch from the pump out. So how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to build an upgrade tower right here. And here's where the upgrade tower brings in a huge bonus to us. Okay, it's gonna upgrade any tower in the circle. If it has a circle around it, then it's gonna upgrade it. That's gonna allow the damage to be increased by, I think, about 25%, and the launch speed also is increased by about 25%. So with those, you're now launching off meteors. For every normal one that shoots off 4 is gonna shoot off 5, and your damage is increased. So if we watch as it launches off these packs, it's gonna hit the front of the monster pack and destroy the front of the monster packs. Okay, that's why clear oils are so important. We're gonna keep trying to create, towers around us with meteor towers and the upgrade towers in range. Okay, only do the green towers to level 3. Do not upgrade it any farther than that. If you upgrade it higher, it's not going to upgrade the towers, but it's going to decrease the resistances against the monsters, or is going to buff your minions. Now, we don't want that. We want the meteor towers to do all the damage for us, right? So this boss right here is probably going to die to this meteor tower. See if he does. My minions are all right here. He just died to the meteor tower by himself. I didn't have to touch that boss. So when we're looking at our towers, we need to find ones that are close by. It's not quite close enough, but it's still within our range. We can still see the pump. We'll have to build an upgrade tower a little bit farther away than what we actually like to have. This setup is a little not as... We didn't get a really good tower setup here, but we just want to create, meteor towers everywhere around us, and just keep upgrading them. These aren't in, an upgrade range, but they're right next to the tower, so it's okay. You prefer to have them all in the ring, but sometimes you just, don't have any good towers around you. So we just keep building these meteor towers all around us with the upgrade towers to level 3. And the meteor towers are going to deal about 90 to 95% of the damage of the map for you. So that's what's awesome about meteor towers. And why we have the 3 clears on them. We're just going to complete this map here and show you how, crazy all these damages. It's just destroying all of these map bosses here. The only map boss it's not going to take out is probably this one down here on the right side. Because it is a flame tower, we're going to have to be able to take that one out. So here's why you always carry Vol Summon Skeletons on you. Let's say that when your boss is coming in and you see that he's getting a little too close, you can go like this and go, oh crap, and throw down your Vol Summon Skeletons. It's gonna freeze the boss where they are in place and allow your minions and the meteor towers to destroy everything for you. Basically like a block, okay? This is why, minion builds are so good at Blight maps, because we have that ability to cast 1,000,000 skeletons to block any monster from running through. It's not foolproof, but it works about 95% of the time. If you let one boss through, no big deal, right? As long as you don't let 2 bosses through. So basically your minions are going to deal about 5 to 10% of the damage. Your meteor towers are going to deal the rest. If you have points down here, you need to build more meteor towers. If you're starting out, you want to have 0 points at all times. You want to have as many meteor towers as you can. Remember, do not leave sight of your pump. If you leave sight of your pump, your meteor towers on the other side of your pump are not going to be dealing damage, and you're going to lose out on a lot of free damage from the meteor towers. You need to make sure that you have those running at all times. So as long as you can see your pump, your meteor towers are always going to be in range, and they're always going to be launching off at minions. The more meteor towers you have, the more damage you have, and the less that you have to do personally. The downside of having the clears, like I said, is you don't have those lucky chests, so you just get random chests. So you do get a lot of these armor, look, weapon chests, you get ring chests, but you do occasionally still get the good chests. It's not always going to be bad chests for you. If you can do the maps with 3 clear oils, maybe you upgrade it. You do 2 clears and 1 teal oil. See where your perfect fit is. Once you get all of your oils, you're pretty set on where you feel comfortable at. You can run them non-stop. At the beginning of the league, the oils alone are going to pay for the maps. Might not make money on every single map, but if you can buy 2 to 3 maps, run them, you're gonna be making profit. Now let me show you another thing that's really important. If you're gonna be doing blighted maps a lot, you're gonna want to anoint your rings. So how do you anoint your rings? Well, you're gonna go to Cassia or to your stash tab, whatever works for you. You're gonna put your ring inside of there, and it's gonna give you 2 spots to upgrade your ring. You can put in any 2 colors and it's gonna tell you exactly what anoint it's gonna put on that ring. So this one gives Shock Nova Towers 25% increased damage. Okay, we don't want the Shock Novas, we want the Meteor Tower. So instead of trying to guess what those are, you can actually go to the link right down below, which is going to give you your list of your anoints that you can do on your rings. You can search for the Meteor Towers, and you're going to find this. You're going to find a Meteor Tower deals 25% increased damage with only a Verdant and a Clear Oil. That's really cheap. Okay, Verdant Oils are like 1 chaos at the beginning of the league, and Clear Oils are also like 1 chaos. But if you do like 1 or 2 blighted maps, you're going to get your Verdant Oil and your Clear Oils just from random drops, so you don't even need to pay for it. The other one that you really want to get is the 25% increased range. It is going to be a Violent and a Verdant Oil. That is going to give you a huge range bonus on your Meteor Towers. Instead of your Meteor Towers, you know, hitting half of a screen, it's now going to be that full screen range. So you're going to be dealing more damage because the Meteor Towers can focus on targets farther out. The third upgrade you want to do, once you get up to a little bit higher and you start getting opalescence, because those are going to be more expensive at the beginning of the league, and you're going to have to be in a higher tier map to get them, you want to get the Meteor Towers drop an additional meteor. Okay, that's an additional damage. It's more than the 25% because it shoots up 1 and 2 come down. So it's going to deal twice the amount of damage. It is more expensive. And you would replace the 25% damage that you have up here. Those are the ring anointments. You want to anoint them as soon as you can if you plan on doing blights, especially if you're going to do 3 clears. This will allow you to do higher tier maps because you deal more damage, and it's going to help you to not lose your maps because they're going to die faster. Bosses are going to die way faster, and you have to deal less damage with your minions, or you know, whatever build you want to play, and it's going to make it way better for you. That's pretty much it for blighted maps. So main things to remember: upgrade tower, which is the green one, to level 3. Do not upgrade it to tier 4, and as many meteor towers as you can inside those upgrade towers, and stay within your pump. If you cannot see your pump, do not build a tower. You are not close enough, and the tower is not going to launch off. You think, well, if I place a tower, you know, 2 screens away from me, it's going to continuously deal damage to those monsters that far away, right? Wrong. If it's out of your view, it's not going to fire. So that's really important. Don't waste your points on towers outside of the range. Start with your blight maps that you feel comfortable with. So start at tier 1s. If they're easy, go up to tier 3. If those are easy, go up to tier 5. If that's too hard, then drop back down to 3. If 3s are too easy, then move up to 4. Kind of find where your perfect spot is and farm those until you have enough currency to upgrade your build. When you can upgrade your build, then you upgrade where your tier level is. Again, that Vol Summon Skeleton is going to be a lifesaver. If you don't have it, you need to get it as early as possible. Just being able to body block the monsters and the bosses from coming to your pump is going to save you so much currency in the long run, and you're going to have a lot more successes of blight maps. And that's pretty much it. I think I covered pretty much everything you need to know about blight maps and how to run them, what oils are important for you. If you have any questions, still go ahead and put them down in the comments down below. I will try to answer them as soon as I can. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ding the bell for future videos. We do stream every Monday through Saturday from 9 o'clock in the morning until 11 o'clock in the morning, and in the afternoons from 1 o'clock until 3 o'clock, and occasionally in the evenings. That link is also down below. And thank you for coming out, and I hope you have a wonderful blight. Thanks.